Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray, depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Yashtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Full glad am I for thy safe return. Lady Alize hath apprised me of thy many experiences. As thou wilt doubtless be aware, Master Louis Sois was my lady's grandsire. Gravely concerned was I for her safety, but 'twould seem I need not have been so. With all my heart I do thank thee for watching over her. But come, thou must speak with Mistress Alize upon that which transpired within the binding coil. May it serve to bring us closer to the truth of the calamity. Shall we begin then? Urianger, I understand you have a report of your own to share with us. Aye, my lady. Even as thou didst emerge from the depths, an etheric disturbance betokening primal activity was observed. In Mordona was it marked first. By comparison of time and magnitude, we have since deduced its origin, the Cartano Flats. Strange. There have been no reports of primal activity in that region. It could only have been Bahamut. That would certainly explain how we came to be in northern Thanalan. Somehow the cave took us all the way from Vilbrand to the heart of Aldenard. 'Twould seem so, my lady. It is all but certain, then. After Bahamut disappeared 5 years ago, he hid himself deep beneath Cartano, and has since lain dormant, regenerating. Aye, my lady, taken together with thine own account of Bahamut's continued presence, the land's slowness to heal and the disorder of the etheric currents do point to one conclusion. Bahamut stirreth. If left unchecked, the primal shall drink of Eorzea's life force till he doth waken to rain ruin upon the land. Rest assured, I do not mean to give up, Arton. Bahamut may still live, but so too does Grandfather. For the past 5 years, he has been keeping vigil over his nemesis, making certain that the primal does not escape. Master Louisoix doth yet live. I durst not hope, and thou art certain 'twas no mere manifestation of thine all too sorely felt grief? I know how desperate this may sound, Urianger, but I saw him with my own 2 eyes, as did Artin. But he vanished deeper into the labyrinth before we had the chance to speak. 2 more like fragments of Dalamud pierced the earth when the lesser moon fell. One we have seen. If we can but find the other 2, I am certain we will find Grandfather as well. If thou so believest, my lady, then I too shall have faith. If it please you, I shall notify the grand companies of this development. All Eorzea must stand united if we are to avert a repeat of the calamity. That will not be necessary, Urianger. Being the great conciliator that he is, Alphino will seek to unite Eorzea of his own accord. If rumors are true, that endeavor is already well underway. So let us leave the diplomacy to the diplomat, while we continue our investigation of Bahamut. I swear to you, no matter what it takes, we will find my grandfather and uncover the truth of the calamity. Artin, you have heard me swear to do these things, but without your strength, I cannot hope to make good on my word. The danger to Eorzea is not past. For the sake of all who abide here, I pray that you will ever be our sword in the darkness. A crystal-choked abyss lieth beneath the Cartano Flats, the unholy cradle of an elder primal, and by thy hand were truths great and terrible wrested from those once celestial depths. Yet, as is oft the case, an answer doth breed a profusion of questions, and the unknown doth beckon with irresistible allure. Ne'er have the mysteries of the Red Moon lain so neatly within our grasp. Lady Alize hath sent word of her coming. 'Tis time once more to brave the precipice and leap, unflinching, into the jagged wound that doth gape beneath the land. Mine apologies. I trust I have not kept you waiting over long. Artin, I'm both delighted and reassured to have you at my side once more. I would not waste your time with trivialities. Let us proceed directly to the discussion of that which we have learned, and that which we hope to learn anon. Initially, it was evidence of a new primal that led us to delve into the cavern beneath Castrum Occidens, and to explore the subterranean scars left after the fall of Dalamud. As you will well recall, what we found was a vast, largely intact fragment of the fallen satellite, and within the depths of that structure we discovered not the new primal we had expected, but the broken form of Bahamut himself. Yet even this great revelation would soon be overshadowed by the appearance of my own dear grandfather. I have since shared our sundry findings with Rambros, preeminent scholar of the Sons of St. Coinch, and he, in turn, did kindly furnish me with his theory concerning the Elder Primal's Alagon prison. 'Twould seem that Dalamud was constructed to gather unto itself the rays of the sun, and thence channel this radiant bounty unto the Crystal Tower. The ancients saw great potential in Bahamut's capacity to manipulate energies of otherwise unmanageable magnitude. 'Twas for this reason that they did bind him within the Red Moon to serve as its living core. Do you remember the sight that greeted us at the culmination of our journey? The colossal devices that surrounded and seemed to cradle the incomplete form of the Elder Primal? From the information provided to us by the Sons of St. Coinch, we have learned that these contraptions were termed internment hulks, and that each bore the designation Ragnarok class. The purpose of these hulks is believed to be twofold. First, they are meant to act as binding coils, rendering Bahamut incapable of escape. And second, they are meant to feed him. Perversely, the selfsame energy which prevents him from moving also serves to sustain his corporeal manifestation. Bahamut is permitted neither to die nor to truly live. He merely is allowed to be. For century upon century was the Elder Primal thus imprisoned, bound about in fetters so subtle in their workings, and yet so adamant, that though his cell be destroyed, Bahamut lieth yet at the mercy of his long-departed captors. It has long been held that the primals require the prayers of their faithful followers to exist, yet none alive worship Bahamut. Could it be, then, that the Allagons found a way to simulate prayer itself? It seems the only logical explanation. I would postulate, therefore, that the regenerative mechanisms in question also supply something akin to the power of prayer. Consequently, if all of the internment hulks were to be rendered inactive, Bahamut should dissolve into ether. Upon the evidence of thy previous foray, we determined that the Elder Primal is sustained by 3 such binding coils. Thus did we commence to scour the realm, and found in the Twelveswood an as yet unexplored fragment of the Lesser Moon bearing a most familiar etheric signature. And after conducting a preliminary investigation, we believe we have discovered a point from which this North Shroud fragment and the second of the internment hulks can be entered. As Eorzea's sword in the darkness, I would have you once more lead the charge. I will, of course, be there at your side. Once you have made your preparations, head to Fallgourd Float and make yourself known to my assistant, Serpent Lieutenant Anel. The fallen fragment is not far from the settlement, and her position provides a convenient rendezvous point. I will break these Allagon fetters, for they bind my grandfather as surely as they bind Bahamut. Artin Histrov, I have been expecting you. My name is Anel. I have been accorded the rank of lieutenant within the Order of the Twin Adder, that I may better assist Lady Alize with her endeavors here in the Twelveswood. Such authority has allowed me to act without interference from the local soldiery, and to conduct a preliminary investigation of the Alder Springs fragment. From what we have seen of the exterior, the structure shares many common features with the one you explored in Lanaska, and likely plays host to a similar complement of guardians. But I fear words alone will do little to prepare you for what lies ahead. Pray, seek out my comrade to the south and west. He is charged with observing all that occurs in the vicinity of the fragment, and will be well placed to show you the thing, if nothing less. What business brings you to this broken land? Unless you fancy being ground to a bloody pulp under the granite fists of a wandering golem, I suggest you bugger off. Oh, my apologies, sir. Lady Alize did send word of your impending arrival, but 'twould seem I've grown rather too accustomed to shooing away curious sellswords and reckless explorers. Behold, if you will, one of the fallen shards of the Red Moon Dalamud. Our initial survey uncovered no evidence of the Empire's presence, which, while fortunate in itself, meant that the approach to the fragment had yet to be cleared. After much effort, however, we succeeded in carving out a semblance of a path, which should grant you access to the entrance, and that, I'm afraid, is where our progress ended. The interior? Well, assuming that the architecture of this hulk resembles the first, the master controls you seek will be located at the bottommost layer, past all the ingenious and deadly defenses of which the ancient Alagons seem so indecently fond. If you would know more, I'm afraid there's nothing for it but to brave the depths of the fragment yourself. Lady Alize will soon be arriving at Falgord. Pray, do not tarry on your way back to the lieutenant's post. I imagine our young mistress will be most eager to commence the expedition. The road ahead promises peril aplenty, and I would humbly suggest that this is not the occasion to stint on preparations or provisions. May the 12 watch over you. Master Istrov, I trust the private's explanation was worth the journey. Simply securing an approach to the fragment's entrance proved a monumental task. I dare not think what defeating its inner defenses will entail. If there is aught I might do to aid you... Ah, Lady Ali's... Oh, my apologies, Master Alphino. Has there been a change of plan? Urianger informed me of the impending expedition. I merely came to exchange a few words with my fellow scion before he disappeared into the depths of the second coil. Arton, though I would strenuously deny it were she present, my sister's admiration and affection for our grandsire exceeds even mine own. Upon the matter of his legacy, therefore, Alize is wont to go above and beyond the call of duty. In our grandfather's absence, she has made the salvation of Eorzea her personal crusade. 'Twas that which prompted her to brave the perils of the first coil, yet the fact that she risks her life in this manner is not the greatest of my concerns. No, it is her subsequent fixation upon my grandfather's shade that worries me most. This quest to rid the world of Bahamut must not become a quest to save a man long dead. My sister must needs have a better reason to fight. A time will come when the fate of the realm rests upon our shoulders, and when it does, we must be strong in our resolve, and certain of the stakes for which we will risk all. There is a wide difference between fighting for the good of Eorzea and fighting for the love of a man who died for the good of Eorzea. Alize must choose her own path. She cannot rely on grandfather to choose it for her, for he is gone. I am glad that it is you with whom she makes this journey. If Alize is to discover a deeper purpose, then where better to find one than at the side of Eorzea's greatest champion? 'Twas there that I found mine, after all. But 'tis past time I was gone. A fair fortune in your endeavors, Arton. Ah, Lieutenant Anil, was it? I would appreciate you making no mention of my presence here to my sister. Lady Alize is due to arrive at any moment. I shall abide in confident expectation of your triumphant return. How strange. Why could we not see this before? I suppose it is only to be expected that corrupted crystal should accompany a disturbance of this magnitude. After all, the fragment likely pierced the ground to a depth of many hundreds of yawns. The swirling ether leaking from the wound must warp the very air, creating a veil that hides these formations from view. Well, it's not as if we expected this to be a straightforward task. Let's tread carefully, shall we, Arton? 'Tis imperative that we win through to the depths of this structure and disable the mechanism that powers Bahamut's regeneration. Of course, if we should chance to encounter my grandfather upon the way, I shall not let him go again. Not while there is hope that he may yet be saved. But mayhap we should put such thoughts from our mind until after we have successfully gained entrance to the place. That opening up ahead appears a suitable point of ingress. That armor? No, it couldn't be. Be on your guard, Arton. Though it defies all reason that he should live, I know of only one who wears such armor. He whom the Empire raised as high as the Black Wolf himself, the legatus of the 7th Legion. I speak of the madman who brought the meteor project to fruition. We face the White Raven, Nail Van Darnus, harbinger of the 7th Umbral Era. Nail Van Darnus. Ah, that was the name of the fool who perished upon the eve of the promised age of glory. It should not be uttered within these hallowed halls. Out of love for his loyal servant, the one true deity named me Nail Deuce Darnus. The one true deity? Bahamut! He speaks of Bahamut. Oh, Lord Bahamut, thy name is as sweet water to parched lips. How my heart swells at thy sacred touch. This blessed sanctum is the domain of my God and his beloved children. Seek to defile its glory, and you will answer to me. How is this possible? From what Alphino has told me, Nail was slain on the eve of the calamity. Whatever the truth of the matter, we must be on our guard. There can be no reasoning with the worshippers of a primal. I am reminded of the passages beneath Castrum Occidens. We must have traveled quite some distance below the surface. More of the same tunnels. 12 be good. Surely they cannot continue all the way down from the upper floors. 'Tis difficult to see inside, but I have a terrible feeling those corridors house more of the dreadful guardians you have already faced. It is said that the Alagons excelled in the creation of chimerical beasts, and that the Red Moon teemed with 1,000 fantastical monstrosities, all to prevent the enemies of the ancient empire from releasing the Elder Primal. I wonder, the creatures that prowl these halls, could they be the beloved children of which Nail spoke? Well, this is yet another mystery to ponder upon our return. Shall we continue onwards? That surely cannot be Dalamud. Where are we? The final resting place of Nail Van Darnus. This is a grave for the undeserving. And for the crime of trespassing upon my god's sanctuary, this place shall serve as your grave too. No! In the hour of his failure, Nail Van Darnus felt the currents of ether begin to bear away his essence, But before oblivion could claim the last of him, a divine will reached out, and I was born. Then did the words of my God resound in mine ears. Bring unto mine enemies crushing defeat, that they might know despair without end, and claim thee thus the victory which thou wert once denied. It would seem that little remained of Nail's essence when Bahamut plucked him from the brink of oblivion, and the result was this strange simulacrum. Nevertheless, her aura bespeaks great power. She channels the rage of the Elder Primal himself. Lord Bahamut, thy wish is my command. None shall escape thine unquenchable fury. Come, ye dull, unthinking beasts, bare your teeth. They will avail you naught in the calamity to come.